Detroit Tigers won today, 4-1. They get the series sweep in the two-game set against the Brewers. They split the last time they played in Milwaukee, so they win the entire series on the year, 3-1. So that's great. This team's probably one of the better teams in the NL. I'd say the third best. They definitely have the best pitching staff. I'd put them better than the Dodgers, to be honest. I don't think anyone's better than Burns, Woodruff, and Freddie Peralta. Plus, they have two other starters that have insane ERAs. Plus, that bullpen is way better than LA's bullpen. So this team's insane. We outpitch them, so that shows our pitching staff is unreal. AJ Hinch had some great moves today. I loved the way he worked the bullpen. Manning, Lane to Falmer was really, really smart. We didn't overuse guys. We didn't use Soto again after he went two. We didn't use Funk. We didn't use Holland again. This was a perfect use of the bullpen. We really needed 6 out of Matt because I don't think Lane could have gone two, and I don't think Falmer would have gone two if we didn't at least get 6 out of Matt, because we probably would have taken Falmer out after 7. Or after the 7th, if Falmer only went 5 and then Lane went 1. So we can get into the lineups, though. Baду 0 for 3, pretty rough game. He had 3 strikeouts today, and they were all on 3-2 counts, swinging. So it was really frustrating because he didn't battle at all. It was the exact next pitch. It was not like he battled like 4 or 5 pitches and then he finally struck out swinging. Literally every single at bat, he got the count to 3-2 and then struck out swinging on the next pitch. So you don't ever want to see that. I don't know if Badu's timing's just off or something, but Victor Reyes got the pinch hit for him because he was batting so poorly. And Victor Reyes got a single, so that was pretty good. It was off Daniel Norris, so that's always funny. Victor Reyes got injured, though, going to second on a fielder's choice from Scope. So I don't know if he's going to be out for a while. It didn't look that serious, so I don't know. He like slid in and it looked like he was holding his arm or his rib. But I was at the stadium and I watched him walk into the dugout and the trainer talked to him. He didn't look that injured. He sat down and he just looked like he was okay. He was just breathing a little bit. The trainer kind of talked to him for a minute, and I watched for a while, and he walked away after like 2 minutes. So it seemed like it was nothing too serious. So I'm hoping Victor's not going to have to miss time for this, but I doubt he will. We get on to Scope, though, 0 for 4. Pretty rough day. Like I said, he had the fielder's choice in the 8th. We had a couple guys on base in the 8th, but it didn't lead to anything, so nothing today from Scope, but I'm expecting a big game tomorrow. Grossman, really great day today, 1 for 3 with a walk, had a single in the 8th. That walk pretty much started our scoring. If he didn't walk there, I don't know when we would have got our first hit. We were getting shut out through 4 innings from Woodruff. We didn't look like we were going to touch him today. Candy had a really good swing his first at bat, but besides that, before Grossman, 12 batters went down pretty easy. So Grossman, that walk was huge. He got the 3-2, and then he saw the ball out of the pitcher's hand and didn't even attempt to swing at it. So it was just great at bat from Grossman. And then he was stealing, and Miguel Cabrera hit a double into the gap, and Grossman scored from first. It was honestly kind of a deep single, but since Grossman was stealing, he was able to get in, and he just beat the throw barely, and Miggy got the second from it. So huge play from Miggy. Really clutch. I knew he was going to have a clutch day today because he was up for that award, the Roberto Clemente Award, I think it is, if I'm saying that right, I believe. Candelario, though, 0 for 3. Pretty rough day today. He had 1 strikeout, so I'm expecting him to have a big game tomorrow. He never does bad, usually 2 days in a row. Harold Castro, 1 for 3 with a run. Pretty good game today. He was one of my prediction players. Had a single in the 5th. That started our scoring to give us the lead, so it was probably one of the bigger hits of the game. It was lead off as well, so it started the 5th inning off really well. Willie Castro bunted him over to second, but a throwing error from Colton Wallen made Willie Castro safe, and Harold got the third because of it. So that was huge because then right after that, Dustin Garneau, another one of my prediction players, 1 for 2 with a homer and a sac fly. He had that sac fly that scored Harold Castro, so that was huge. But back to Garneau, though. He had that solo homer in the 7th. He was, like I said, one of my prediction players, so I've done that twice now. saying to look for Garneau, and he smoked a couple homers. So I don't know if Garneau is going to be a serious thing in our organization, if he'll be our backup catcher again next year. I 100% believe he deserves it over Grayson Griner. I don't want to ever see Grayson Griner back up here unless we lose both Haas and Rogers. But even if then, I want to sign someone else next year. And I don't want to see Grayson Griner ever again. But, yeah, down to Derek Hill here. Great game. RBI triple. That was a huge hit. I said earlier in the post game last night that Derek Hill was probably going to be playing today and that he hits fastballs great. That's exactly what he did today. He crushed a fastball right over the heart of the plate for a triple in the gap. Huge play because it gave us more than a one-run lead and really gave us the ability to pitch with a huge lead. So we can go into the pitching. Matt Manning here, great 6 innings. I believe I predicted him to go 5, so 6 was huge. It really kind of let us use the bullpen without having to overuse any arms, so we stayed fresh the entire day, and we won't be overused tomorrow. We'll be able to use different arms. So 6 innings was huge. I thought, like I said, I thought he was going to go 5. I picked 5 innings, 3 earned, I think 4 strikeouts, so he outdid what I thought he was going to do completely. He looked great today, getting a lot of ground balls, a lot of strikeouts, really timely, not timely, but really low exit velo hits, so he's timing his pitch as well. Just a great game from Matt. 98 pitches, 62 strikes. He brings the ERA down to 5.75. So pretty decent. I'm hoping he can maybe even get it under the 5s before the year ends, so he can be a top prospect coming into next year. But Alex Lane, 1 inning, looked disgusting. One of the nastiest off-speed pitchers I've seen in a while. He has a great fastball, and he has some of the nastiest off-speeds. That slider moves a ridiculous amount. 2 strikeouts, 14 pitches, 10 for strikes. He's got that ERA down to 4.6. I'm hoping he can get it down to 4.1, and the next year he can have that all-star season and have it in the 2s. He's got the stuff to do it, so let's hope that can happen next year. He's going to be one of my big prediction players going into the offseason I'll make, but I'll make those videos later. Fulmer, 2 really good innings, 4 strikeouts in those 2 innings, so struck out 4 out of 6. He looked disgusting today, one of the better days for him. Only 1 hit given up, it was in the 9th. Other than that 1 hit given up, no one was touching him. He was blowing fastballs by. They were swinging at a lot of dirt pitches. That I think 2 out of 4 strikeouts were dirt pitches. So just really great stuff today from Fulmer. Obviously, they were not able to see the ball out of his hands well. And they were swinging at everything he was throwing. So I'm really impressed by Fulmer. We can take a look here at the Brewers lineup. I believe they used 4 pitchers today. Yes, they used 4 pitchers. So Cousins came back. I was talking about that yesterday. I didn't know if he was going to pitch today, but they did not get to use Devin Williams or Josh Hader. So that was huge because we did get a run on Cousins. And they used our fucking friend Daniel Norris. He did so bad today. He pretty much gave up 3 hits. Urias made a diving stop, and he tossed it with his glove to second and barely got the out. So that was Daniel Norris' only out. He got absolutely torched today, and then they took him out. I wish they would have let him face Miggy. That would have been so funny. We all knew Miggy was going to take him at least 400 dead center. Maybe not dead center, but to the bullpen. I'm telling you, Daniel Norris is not a good pitcher. I don't know why the Brewers traded for him. We all know from seeing him these past 6 years, I think we had him. The guy is so streaky. You cannot put him in high leverage situations. I don't even if you can have anyone else eat innings for you. You don't need to have Daniel Norris be the guy eating innings because we know his ceiling. His ceiling is not high. So that was pretty funny to see his return to Detroit today. I hope he does well. I wish him well. He's always been at least a good Tiger, but he's just not a good player. He's been a good person, not a good player. But back to the Tigers lineup. Yeah, great game today. I'm hoping we can get the win tomorrow in Tampa. We have a 4-game set in Tampa, so that's going to be a lot against a really good team. I don't know why we're facing so many playoff teams. I think it's Athletics, Tampa, Brewers, Tampa. Why is our schedule so freaking hard right now? I don't think we ever even had an easy point in it, so I don't know. I guess we did have the Pirates before then, and we underplayed. So maybe if we play better competition, the better we'll play. That's why I'm so excited to see us in the playoffs, because AJ Hinch is so aggressive the way he coaches. I'm just excited to see if he'll coach that way in the postseason. But I'll be back tomorrow for the pre-game and the post-game against the Tampa Bay Rays.